From Viking long houses to modern minimalism, Sweden's architectural journey spans over 1,000 years. Today we're exploring 14 distinct house styles that shaped a nation's identity. Let's dive in. 1. Viking Long House. The earliest distinct Nordic architectural form. The Viking Long House was a communal dwelling built around a central hearth. Its structure consisted of a timber frame with curved ship-like walls designed to brace against harsh winds. Walls were typically made of wattle and daub or vertical wooden staves. A key feature was the long, open central hall that housed both people and livestock, with a smoke hole in the thatched or turf roof instead of a chimney. The design was entirely utilitarian, focused on warmth, shelter, and communal survival in the harsh Nordic climate. 2. Log houses. Following the Viking Age, the dominant construction technique became the corner-timbered log house, known as Knutimring. This method involves stacking horizontal logs and interlocking them at the corners with tight-fitting notches, creating an incredibly durable and well-insulated structure. Early versions were single-room cottages with a central hearth, but the style evolved to include more complex layouts with multiple rooms. This technique formed the foundation of all Swedish vernacular wood architecture for centuries, proving its effectiveness against Sweden's extreme weather conditions. 3. Herrgård manor houses. During Sweden's Age of Greatness, the nobility built manor houses as direct expressions of power and social order. Influenced by continental European trends, these buildings are defined by strict symmetry and heavy, imposing massing. A key identifier is the Satirattack, a hipped and curved roof that created a distinctive, imposing silhouette. Construction was typically of stone or plastered brick to signal permanence and wealth. These formal declarations of status were imported architectural concepts designed to project control and authority over the Swedish landscape and its people. 4. Gustavian Style. A reaction to Baroque heaviness. The Gustavian style represents Sweden's elegant interpretation of Neoclassicism. It embraces symmetry and classical motifs like pilasters and medallions, but simplifies them with characteristic Swedish lightness. Color palettes shifted to pale yellows, light grays, and soft blues, a practical choice to maximize and reflect precious light during long, dark Nordic winters. The overall effect is one of refined elegance and restraint, establishing a distinctive design sensibility focused on achieving perfect balance between classical formality and Nordic practicality. 5. Carpenter's joy. The industrial era's new tools and rising middle-class wealth fueled a highly decorative and eclectic period for Swedish villas. This era is defined by ornamental woodwork known as Snickarglädje, or Carpenter's joy. These intricate decorations adorn porches, gables, and window frames, celebrating craftsmanship itself as an art form. This ornate feature was often applied to homes built in the Swiss chalet style, featuring large protective eaves, romantic balconies, and asymmetrical forms. The result created a picturesque architectural ideal that valued individualism and intricate handcrafted detail over mass production. 6. Landshövdingehus. A unique urban typology, particularly prominent in Gothenburg, the Landshövdingehus is a clever three-story apartment building solution. It features a stone or brick ground floor supporting two timber-built upper floors. This innovative design cleverly circumvented strict fire regulations that prohibited wooden buildings over 2 stories in height. With enclosed courtyards for safety and relatively simple, functional facades, it became the signature housing solution for the growing working class and continues to define the architectural character of entire historic city districts throughout Sweden. 7. Jugend. Swedish Art Nouveau. Sweden's interpretation of Art Nouveau, known as Jugend, was primarily an urban style that boldly rejected historical imitation in favor of soft, organic forms inspired by the natural world. Facades are characteristically asymmetrical, constructed of smooth plaster or natural stone, and feature gracefully curving window openings, delicate floral motifs, and projecting bay windows. The design language flows as one unified artistic vision, with every element from ornate door handles to the flowing roof line contributing to create a cohesive, nature-inspired architectural statement. 8. National Romanticism. Running parallel to Art Nouveau, National Romanticism represented a deliberate return to distinctly historical Swedish architectural forms. It draws inspiration from medieval castles and traditional farmsteads, resulting in buildings that appear intentionally heavy, sturdy, and deeply grounded in Swedish soil. Key materials include dark-stained wood, rough-hewn natural stone, and handmade brick with irregular textures. The designs are often asymmetrical and deliberately irregular, using defensive turrets and varied window sizes to create a fortress-like character that embodies a romanticized vision of Sweden's powerful medieval past. 9. Swedish Grace. A brief but highly influential period. Nordic Classicism refined the classical elements of the earlier Gustavian era into a more stripped-down and elegantly modern form. It masterfully combines the symmetry and perfect proportions of classical architecture with clean, modern restraint and sophisticated simplicity. Ornamental details are minimal and highly stylized, with strong emphasis placed on superior craftsmanship and high-quality materials like specially fired brick and smooth plaster. It represents a beautiful, brief balance point between respect for historical tradition and the emerging modernist movement. 10. Functionalism. Funkis, known in Sweden as Funkis. This was a radical social and aesthetic movement where architectural forms strictly followed function to prioritize health, efficiency, and social progress. The style is defined by its complete rejection of all historical ornament and decorative elements. Key features include flat roofs, smooth white stucco facades, clean geometric shapes like cubes and cylinders, and large horizontal ribbon windows designed to maximize natural light. This became the official architectural language of Sweden's emerging progressive welfare state, representing modernity, social equality, and scientific progress. 11. Folkhemmet Style. This style represents a softer, more humanistic modernism that built Sweden's classic post-war suburbs under the Folkhemmet, people's home, ideology. It typically consists of 3 to 4-story apartment buildings constructed of warm red or yellow brick, featuring practical pitch tile roofs, well-proportioned windows, and functional balconies for outdoor living. It deliberately moved away from the perceived starkness of pure functionalism to create more durable, practical, and genuinely community-focused housing designed for the masses under Sweden's social democratic political vision. 12. Million Program. Miljon Programmet. This utilitarian style resulted from a massive state-led initiative to rapidly build 1 million new homes between 1965 to 1974. Architecturally, it represents an industrialized application of strict modernist principles, defined by extensive use of large prefabricated concrete panels efficiently assembled into vast apartment blocks and uniform terraced houses. The aesthetic is one of pure, unadorned utility and systematic repetition, representing the absolute peak of rationalist, top-down urban planning philosophy in Sweden's ambitious attempt to solve the housing crisis through technological efficiency. 13. Postmodern Revival. As a direct reaction to the perceived sterility and inhumanity of the Million Program, this period saw a conscious return to more playful and traditionally inspired architectural forms. Postmodernism deliberately reintroduced historical references, vibrant colors, and smaller, more human-scale buildings, often featuring varied window shapes and asymmetrical layouts. The era also witnessed a conscious revival of the traditional vernacular Falu red cottage style in new suburban developments, prioritizing a genuine sense of mice, coziness, and authentic community connection over pure modernist efficiency. 14. Contemporary Minimalism. Current Swedish residential design masterfully merges modernist minimalism with a strong emphasis on sustainable natural materials and environmental responsibility. The modern Swedish villa features clean geometric lines, open-plan interiors, and extensive use of glass to create seamless connections with the surrounding landscape. Wood cladding, particularly untreated larch or pine that naturally weathers to an elegant silver-gray patina, has become a distinctive hallmark. The design philosophy prioritizes sustainability, energy efficiency, and environmental harmony, reflecting contemporary Swedish values that balance technological precision with deep, respectful integration with nature. Thanks for watching this journey through Swedish architectural history. Which style was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more architectural content.